Welcome to Module 7, Part 3, From Struggle to Stability. So today we're going to talk about goal setting and creating a plan still, but this time we're going to focus on your 6-month stability plan. So let's look up from the day to day, okay? We got you moving for 30 days in part 2, and now we're going to look further ahead and zoom out to 6 months. We need to build that momentum so your 30-day plan can really help you into that 6-month plan where everything you've learned points towards one path forward. And 6 months is far enough to matter, but close enough to stay real. It's that sweet spot for meaningful, sustainable change. So that's why we're choosing 6 months. Stability is built in layers. It's not just one big leap, okay? It's several small things holding steady at once. Your job, your money, your habits, and your well-being, all move forward together. So employment, that is a steady job that anchors everything else. Your money is building, saving, and handling credit. Then you're going to see growth from those two things, skills, habits, and then we can focus on your long term dreams, which ultimately results in well being. You want to support your health and peace of mind. So, this plan looks at each layer so that none of them gets left behind. These will be the 4 areas that we're focusing on today. So, first, we're going to start where you are. Honesty is the starting line. You cannot map the road ahead without knowing your starting point. And that's not shameful. It's not meant to make you sad or anything. It's really smart. Be honest about where you stand. Take a clear eyed look at your situation today without judgment. Then, step 2 is we are going to look at each layer this employment, money, growth, and well being. And we're going to ask what's working? What needs your attention? What can we make better? Then, we can go from a starting point there. Step 3, we're going to name your starting point. And this honest inventory is the most important step. First, you can take everything else follows from it. Okay, so we're going to start there. So we're going to set one goal per layer. Okay, and a few goals actually beats a huge long list because you may feel overwhelmed and end up eventually abandoning that list. So pick one clear, smart goal for each layer. Not 10, not 20, not a whole list, just pick one. So here are some examples. If I were to have an employment goal, it would be get hired part-time within 6 weeks, then hold it. Okay, if I were to have a money goal, build a $500 emergency fund by month 6. And then here is a growth and well-being goal, just an example of what one will look like. One skill to build, okay? One habit to keep, one relationship to strengthen. And you're just going to make it really small and specific when you do yours. We're also going to break the 6 months into milestones so that you can stretch your plan because it kind of builds on each other. You don't want to do everything at once. We just want to take small steps. So month 1 to 2 is your foundation, right? You land the job, start the budget, get the basics in place, and prove to yourself that it is possible. You can accomplish this. You can do this. And then months 3 to 4, you're going to build those habits, really be consistent, save every paycheck, show up to work, turn those early wins into steady routines and stay consistent. And then months 5 and 6, you're going to grow and stabilize. So grow your cushion, take a next step, let the compound effect of 6 months show up. And remember that each stretch builds on the one before. Okay, so the work you do in month 1 is what makes month 5 possible. We can't just jump straight to month 5 and 6. We have to build that foundation in months 1 and 2, build those habits in months 3 and 4. And then in months 5 and 6, you're going to see that growth and feel that pride of accomplishment. And just remember, this really isn't a brand new plan. It connects back to everything in this course that you've built so far. In module 1, we gave you that foundation, your strengths and your confidence. And then in module 2, we worked on professionalism. And then module 8 is going to keep it strong. So, module 3 and 4 prepared you to get in the door, showed you your best self with your resume and interview skills. And in modules 5 and 6, we gave you the tools to manage your budget and plan towards security. Okay, so now in Module 7, we're making these plans. Please expect bumps and plan for them. A plan that expects for hard days is a plan that survives them. Okay, life is going to interrupt your plan. Kids are going to happen, cars might break down, things are going to happen. A setback is normal. It's not a sign to quit, it's not a sign to give up. I want you to think about one thing right now that could knock you off course. I want you to say it out loud or write it down. That way, you can take its power away to surprise you. And then I want you to name one way you're going to handle it. Not a perfect solution, just one honest response. And it could even be, I'm going to have a positive mindset about it, Just make sure that you have a way to handle it.